Welcome to Ask Cadence, everybody. My name is Pete Wright, and I'm sitting here around the round table with Scott Lissett, Director of Service Delivery for Cadence. Scott, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Pete?
It's been a long time, Scott. Too long.
It's good to be back.
Good to see you. And John Patton, CEO of Cadence. John?
Good afternoon, Pete.
Welcome back to the mainland.
Yes, I'm glad to be back again. I've got 3 weeks where I'm not going to travel, so this
nice.
is delightful.
Excellent. Well, we'll see you around next week, hopefully. The problem card we have today is it's a very clear question. Scott, I'm going to hand it to you. Tell me what you think about this. What do you do if you are given an unrealistic project objective?
That's something I hear a lot, Pete. A project team is given a due date by senior management, and they say, you need to complete the project by this date. Now go off and do it. And an inexperienced project manager will say, yes, sir, or yes, ma'am, and they'll go off and they will start work. And they may not even know it's unrealistic, or if they do know it, they're not willing to say something about it. Now, what we recommend is taking a much more assertive stance on that. We recommend that the project manager assemble the project team and conduct some planning sessions, including creating a WBS and a detailed schedule and a responsibility matrix, so that you really know whether or not that due date is achievable. And if it is achievable, terrific. If it's not achievable, you'll have a very clear plan that shows what you're going to do and why you're not able to get it done by the date senior management is requesting without incurring unnecessarily high risk. And if that's the case, now you've got a package that you can take to senior management and show them exactly what's happening and negotiate an alternative date. Or alternatively, if they're not willing to negotiate the date, now you're in a position to negotiate changes in scope, which will allow you to meet that date, or other changes in implementation of the project.
My question there, I think that is a fantastic guide. What I'm hearing as I'm reading and listening to other podcasts is the timeline for projects right now, particularly in large companies, is shrinking. You don't have the luxury to do the sorts of rigorous planning that you do before. How do you address this with your sponsor?
It's not always the project manager who feels that the due date is unreasonable. It's having to deal with the uncertainty when a team member says at the beginning of a planning effort, this is an impossible due date. Or if there is somebody outside. As Scott was talking, it brought to mind a client situation that we were in where an organization that balanced their budget by receiving hours from their client community had received 4,000 hours to do some work for about 3 different clients, and all those 3 clients would benefit. The internal consultants were saying it couldn't be done for less than 6,000 hours. Now, since the internal consultants were experts, it made the project manager and the team really worried. So they asked me to facilitate a planning session. It was just opinion and conjecture, and this had gone on for more than a month before I came in and helped them do the planning. When we finished the plan, we found that it was going to take them 2,950 hours to get it done. And we said, not only is there enough time in the schedule to get it done within budget and on time, you can even go back to your internal customers and expand scope a bit as you get down towards the end of the project and find out there really is time left over. By the way, it only took us a day and a half to get that answer, working with the project manager and the project team.
And that becomes the secret to planning, is making sure you're creating real assumptions.
Yes, absolutely. And you mentioned something a few minutes ago, Pete, which is that under the pressures of the current economic situation, companies are being more and more aggressive in their schedules for projects and are putting more and more unrealistic due dates on projects. They want things done faster today. And the project manager, the project team, needs to be able to respond to those accelerated schedules. They need to do projects as efficiently, as effectively as possible while still doing quality work in that time. But if using all the project management best practices they can think of, they still cannot come up with a way to deliver what's asked on the due date, the project manager, I think, has an obligation to inform management that the aggressive schedule just isn't realistic.
Best practices are best practices for a reason, yes.
They can't go forward with, can't do it, here's why. What they have to go forward with are options and alternatives. If we take out feature X, we can get it done on time. If you can give me 3 more software engineers at this point in time in the schedule, we can get it done on time. Or if you really want us to do everything and can't give us more resources, what is the impact to the business of a 1-month delay in the schedule? So what we found is that management, upper management, likes choices. They don't like to be backed into a corner. Tell them the truth, but also present to them some alternatives.
Excellent. This is a great topic. Yes, thanks for sharing some insights on this. Hope it gives you some insights out there in the real world of project management. Good luck. Join us next week for Ask Cadence.